Okay, this is number 77 from 1.4. One with a difference quotient in it. I get excited when I see this formula. You're going to see it again in calculus. Okay, so we learned this in class, and we just got to be a little careful here. Remember that this is the established rule. Okay, this is fact. This is what we're told to do with x. We have to square it. We have to subtract an x and add 1. So whatever they have here, okay, we already have a machine, and we have something else other than x that they're putting into our function f. In the first case here, they're going to put in f of 2 plus h. So whatever the rule is, that's what I'm going to do to the 2 plus h. And I'm then going to do the f of 2, and then I'm going to subtract those two guys and put them over h. But let's find each individual one first, and then we'll come back and create the quotient. Okay, so if you look at the rule up here again, we have to square x minus x and add 1. So whatever we put in there, we're going to square it, we're going to subtract it, and then we're going to add 1. Okay, so this time we're putting in 2 plus h. Okay, so I got to take that whole thing, I got to square it, and I got to subtract it. Notice the use of parentheses, and then I got to add 1. That's what they asked me to do. Okay, all right, and then what about f of 2? That's this part right here now. So I just took care of here. Okay, I don't want to have too many of these marks on here. Now I'm taking care of the f of 2. Again, I'm going to start again. Here comes the rule. The rule is, well, you take x, whatever you put in there, you got to square it, subtract it, and add 1. This time we're putting 2 in there. Okay, so I'm going to square it, I'm going to subtract it, and add 1. Okay, that was just a number, so there's no need for parentheses there. Anytime you have anything that has a variable in it, I highly suggest you use parentheses. Okay, now if you look up here, we have to deal with this guy right here. So we have to create this. So I got to take the f of 2 plus h. Okay, f of 2 plus h, which is all this stuff. 2 plus h squared minus 2 plus h plus 1. Okay, so far I've done the f of 2 plus h. Let me get that big old division bar going so you get a sense of where I'm going. Now I got to subtract all of f of 2. Oh, f of 2 is 2 squared minus 2 plus 1. Okay, so what I'll do is I'll just set that equal to what? 4 minus 2 is 2 plus 1 is 3. Okay. Okay, so 3, that's all I have. And right here, I just have to subtract this whole thing. I have to subtract all of f of 2. In this case, it just came out to be 3. It's actually easier than some of the examples that you're going to come across. Just remember, whatever f of 2 comes out to be, always put parentheses around it. Since this is a number, I really don't need to do that here. So if you have any troubles with 79 or 81 in this problem set, just realize that instead of putting a number in this spot, they're putting another variable in. So let me know if you have trouble with that. Let's just keep going here. Okay, so 2 plus h squared. Oh, that means I have to square the 2. Okay, then 2h plus 2h is 4h. Okay, just FOIL it. I know you know how to do that. Okay, I'll keep the parentheses for now. Don't really need them. Actually, let's go ahead and get rid of them, because now I'm going to subtract all of 2h. In other words, I have to distribute that negative and then add 1 and then subtract 3 and put that all over h. Okay, so I'm just, the whole idea here is I'm not solving anything. I'm just reducing this thing. I'm just simplifying an expression, if you will. All right, so let's see if we get anything good here. Well, let's see. 4 plus 1 is 5, and minus 2 minus 3 is a negative 5. So I guess this 4 is going to cancel with what did I say? 4 and 1 is 5, and then minus 2 and minus 3 is negative 5. So 5 and negative 5 will cancel. And I'm left with, let's see what I'm left with. I'm left with 4h plus h squared minus h. In class, I think I told you to write the square first. It doesn't matter. Just factor it out, and you'll be left with 4 plus, that's easy enough, 4 plus h minus 1. Again, this one's a little different than the one I did in class because it's actually technically easier because they're really talking about f of 2 and not f of x. So anyway, we see that these guys cancel, and we're simply left with 4 minus 1, which is 3, 3 plus h. Okay, that wasn't so bad. Again, you're not going to see a number in this spot most of the time. You're going to see an x. So why don't you do that one and then go try number 79. And if you have trouble with 79, let me know. But try and write it up first. And just remember, anytime you have something like f of x plus h minus f of x over h, you're trying to figure out what f of x plus h is, and you're trying to figure out what f of x is, and then you're going to combine those guys and then divide by h. So whatever this guy turns out to be is this guy. Whatever this guy turns out to be is this guy, and you have to subtract them. Okay, let me know how it goes.